My name is Artesius Miller, and I'm the founder and executive director for Utopian Academy for the Arts. The inspiration for Utopian really was, for me, matching the need with the solution. I wanted to make sure that students that lived here in Atlanta, Georgia, down in Clayton County, had access to high quality programming. At the time of initial development for Utopian Academy for the Arts, the Clayton County Board of Education had just lost its accreditation a year prior. And as you can imagine, a lot of parents were distressed and they wanted to find alternative options, public school options for their children. And also at that time, the arts were completely recommended for removal in the district schools because of budget cuts. My goal was to reverse this trend and this narrative that high quality options were not available to parents, not just in Clayton County, but any other community that was seeking public school options. And so this idea started to develop into a board of directors back in 2009. And for a full year, I started working very close with individuals that had this very passionate interest about making a difference in the lives of students. And we submitted our first application to the Clayton County Board of Education in 2011. Over a 3-year period, Utopian was denied each year, although we saw differences in terms of the community involvement. We saw interest from the community, in terms of parents, in terms of students, and other stakeholders that say, hey, look, we want the same options that are available in Atlanta public schools and DeKalb County schools. We want that here in Clayton County. Unfortunately, there was just not enough support at the local level for the school to be approved.
It was difficult for the school to be approved because I believe it was more of a political situation. The school previously had another state charter school that wasn't successful. And at the time, Mr. Miller had come before the board, I think at least 3 times, and we had denied him. Finally, when he was able to get the charter, the building in which the school was to be placed was one of our surplus buildings. And for some reason, our superintendent and the majority of the board was very anti-charter. So they did everything possible to stop his ability to open the school, even enlisting the help of the city of Riverdale to do so.
I vividly remember in 2014 when we opened our doors and our children were all in class, preparing for the first day. It was excitement, and we got a call that the fire station was coming out and shutting down the school. And so I was kind of taken back because I'm like, this is our first day of school. We have our children here. Everyone's eager. It was our first day. And we have the city of Riverdale coming and telling us that we can't have school.
I remember being out of school for the first 2 or so weeks and having to constantly, my mom having to tell me that you can't come to school today because they're not allowed to open. So I remember being very frustrated because I wasn't allowed to go into the school building and get the same education that I was looking forward to.
The AJC has credited Utopian as having one of the worst launches in public school history. And that's not something that we're proud of, but it really gave us the ability to bring some recognition to the work that was being done here in our community. And so we received some support at the time from our governor, then Governor Nathan Deal, who stepped in to really try to stop a lot of the pushback that was happening. But some of those troubles went on for about a good 4 years. However, some of those struggles really gave us the impetus to be able to recognize why schools like Utopian should exist. And we went from a school that was struggling just for its existence, a school that had no identity on the outside of its building, a school that had pushback from its local city constantly, to being one of the highest performing schools in the state of Georgia.
So within arts integration at Utopian, all of our arts department and our core teachers collaborate within their lesson planning to create projects that integrate the arts. Here at Utopian, we offer a plethora of arts, and within the core, the teachers in the arts community come together and provide that curriculum that brings their lessons to life. Within the arts integration, it provides discipline, it provides creativity, and comprehension, long-term comprehension within the arts. And so the scholars, because all the scholars are here for the reason of performing arts, it allows them to integrate it within their core curriculum, which can a lot of times be mundane, and bring those lessons to life so that they're able to withhold that information academically and excel within their curriculum.
My area of study at Utopian Academy for the Arts is the theater department. I really like the theater department at Utopian because it has allowed me to be able to better work in front of an audience, and it has also helped me better my speech, talk better, and being able to relate to different things in the actual world. And so I feel like that department is very special to me, and that is the reason why I study that. Utopian has prepared me as an artist because it has really impacted a lot of things that I do now. I am a professional actor in the actual industry, and thanks to Utopian, it has provided me with a lot of resources and tools to be able to take that into the actual industry and help me a lot. With that, I've been able to book many films, television shows, and things like that. I'm currently working on many other projects, and this has really been a way for me to showcase my talent and really promote myself in the actual industry.
Utopian Academy is more than just a middle school. It's a breeding ground for creativity. They're not forcing you to learn something or to do something, but the way that they push you to do these arts and to make sure that you're on top of your academics prepares you for the real world, prepares you for high school, and it's a good backbone.
I believe in Utopian so much that now my grandchildren attend Utopian. And I guess when we were in the fight for Utopian to open and all of that, my grandchildren, I think they were in kindergarten and first grade. I would have never thought that years later they would now be students here, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
I am so excited about the future of Utopian, the people that we have in place within the industry, our staff, our faculty that have come to the forefront and poured life into what we have here for our children. It's amazing.
This is a place where you can come to be free, be yourself, showcasing your talent and being who you are, being accepted for who you are, and just a place where a family is created and a fun environment in general.
If you're not familiar with Utopian Academy for the Arts, I think one of the major takeaways is that it's definitely a unique experience that will prepare you for all facets of life. Even though there is a primary focus on the arts, the skills that you learn there are transferable to all areas and will always be useful. And the culture here is one creates a very good work ethic and sets students up for success later in life.
Parents feel good about bringing their children to Utopian. They feel when you come into the building, you're welcomed warmly, and it's just a place that you want to be at. And so those are just, minor things, but they're very important in having a successful school.
Being here from day one and seeing just Dr. Miller's vision coming to fruition and his determination of not giving up allows all of us that surrounds this Utopian village, I call it a Utopian village, allows us to keep on going and stay engaged and in the trenches to ensure that our children are trained to not just compete locally, but globally, so that Utopian Academy for the Arts is recognized around the world.